Hi guys! Welcome to my class. Our topic for today is to add unlike fractions. You are going to learn it here, the easy way. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe so that you will be kept updated on the next math lesson. Then, like and share so that you can also help other students. We are going to learn today how to add unlike fractions and to solve word problems involving the addition of unlike fractions. Unlike fractions are a group of two or more fractions that have different numbers in the denominator. Let us work on this example so that you will be guided. Add the fraction and write each sum in simplest form, 2/3 plus 1/4. You can see that the denominator of the two fractions are different. We cannot add them unless we make it the same. I want you to watch the steps closely so that you can make the different denominators the same. We are going to multiply the numerator and the denominator of the first fraction by the number of the denominator of the second fraction. Can you see it? 2/3 will be multiplied by 4/4. 2 times 4 will give us 8, and 3 times 4 will give us 12. Therefore, our answer is 8/12. Next, we are going to multiply the numerator and the denominator of the second fraction by the number on the denominator of the first fraction. Therefore, 1/4 will be multiplied by 3/3. 1 times 3 will give us 3, and 4 times 3 will give us 12. And our answer is 3/12. Now we made the denominators exactly the same. Afterwards, we can add now the two fractions, but we are going to leave the denominator as it is because it is the same. So we're just going to add the numerator. 8 plus 3 will give us 11. Accordingly, our answer is 11/12. 2/3 plus 1/4 is 11/12. It is easy, right? Let us work on another example so that you can understand it well. Add the fraction and write each sum in simplest form, 1/2 plus 1/3. We are going to multiply the first fraction by the denominator of the second fraction, and it will give us 1/2 times 3/3. 1 times 3 will give us 3, and 2 times 3 will give us 6. Therefore, our answer is 3/6. Next, we are going to multiply the second fraction by the denominator of the first fraction, and it will give us 1/3 times 2/2. 1 times 2 will give us 2, and 3 times 2 will give us 6. Now we have made the denominators of the two fractions exactly the same. Now we can add it, but we're just going to maintain the denominator as it is, because it is the same. So, we're just going to add the numerator. 3 plus 2 will give us 5. And our answer is 5/6. Therefore, 1/2 plus 1/3 is equal to 5/6. Let us work on another example so that you can fully understand the lesson. Add the fraction and write each sum in simplest form, 2/5 plus 2/4. The steps will always be the same. We are going to multiply the first fraction with the denominator of the second fraction. Accordingly, 2/5 times 4/4. 2 times 4 is equal to 8, and 5 times 4 is equal to 20. Hence, our answer is 8/20. Next, we are going to multiply the second fraction by the denominator of the first fraction. Accordingly, it will give us 2/4 times 5/5. 2 times 5 will give us 10, and 4 times 5 will give us 20. And we have made the denominators exactly the same. Now we can add them. I want you to remember that we have made the unlike fraction into like fraction. The denominators are the same, so we're just going to leave it as it is. We're just going to add the numerator. 8 plus 10 will give us 18. And our answer is 18/20. Our answer have common factor, so we can generate the simplest form by dividing the fraction with the common factors. Therefore, 18 over 20 divided by 2 over 2. 18 divided by 2 will give us 9, and 20 divided by 2 will give us 10. Accordingly, the simplest form of 18 over 20 is 9 over 10. In this regard, we have learned how to add unlike fractions. Now, let us move to study how to solve word problems involving the addition of unlike fractions. Let us work on this example so that you will be guided. Hilal painted 2/3 of the school wall. Hamudi painted 1/5 of the school wall also. How much did the two boys painted altogether? Write in simplest form. We are going to add 2/3 and 1/5, but we cannot add them directly because they have different denominators. So, we're going to multiply the first fraction with the denominator of the second fraction, and it will give us 2/3 times 5 over 5. 2 times 5 will give us 10, and 3 times 5 will give us 15. Next, we can work on the second fraction by multiplying it with the denominator of the first fraction. Accordingly, 1 over 5 times 3 over 3. 1 times 3 will give us 3, and 3 times 5 will give us 15. So, we have made the denominators exactly the same. Next, we can add it. 10 over 15 plus 3 over 15 will give us 13 over 15. It is easy, right? Let us work on another example so that you can hit it off. Shama walked to the park every day. From her house to the park is 2/4 miles away. She get back by walking but took the shortcut which is 1/5 miles. How much distance did she walk altogether? We are going to add 2/4 plus 1/5, but we need to make the denominators the same. So, we're going to multiply the first fraction by the denominator of the second fraction, and it will give us 2/4 times 5 over 5. 2 times 5 will give us 10, and 4 times 5 will give us 20. Therefore, our answer is 10 over 20. Accordingly, we are going to multiply the second fraction by the denominator of the first fraction, and it will give us 1 over 5 times 4 over 4. 1 times 4 will give us 4, and 5 times 4 will give us 20. Now, we can add the fractions because they have the same denominator. 10 plus 4 will give us 14, and we're going to retain the denominator as it is. So, our answer is 14 over 20. But, 14 and 20 have the same factors. So, we're going to divide the fraction by the common factor so that we can generate the simplest form. Accordingly, 14 over 20 divided by 2 over 2. 14 divided by 2 will give us 7. And 20 divided by 2 will give us 10. Therefore, the simplest form of 14 over 20 is 7 over 10. Correspondingly, we have met our goal for today's lesson. We have learned how to add unlike fractions, and we have learned also how to solve word problems involving the addition of unlike fractions. To wrap it up, in adding unlike fractions, we need to make the denominators the same by multiplying the first fraction with the denominator of the second fraction, and multiplying the second fraction with the denominator of the first fraction. Okay? Moreover, after adding the product of the fractions and you have found out that there are common factors on the numerator and the denominator, divide it by the common factor so that you can generate the simplest form. It is easy, right? Just always make the denominators the same so that you can add up the fraction easily. To conclude our lesson for today, I want you to always remember what His Highness Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, may his soul rest in peace, wrote for us. Education is like a lantern which lights your way in a dark alley. Sheikh Zayed wrote and left this quote for us because he wanted the youth to give importance to education. His quote will handed down from generation to generation. But the genuine concern of Sheikh Zayed for his nation will always remain. And the desire of Sheikh Zayed's heart will surely be realized in the succeeding generations. And to encapsulate our lesson for today, I want you to always remember that life is a math equation. You cannot get the most of it if you cannot convert the negatives into positive. I do hope you have learned a lot for today's lesson and you find it easy, okay? Till next math lesson! Catch ya later, guys! See ya! Check Maths Brainiacs for more lessons, okay?